That didn't work so well.
Awkward.
Yeah, it was awkward. And the devil has been defeated. The crew have destroyed the demonic possession of the island. And at this very moment in time, two of our characters, these two here, and they can describe themselves in a minute, are on a boat floating through the water. One has just hatched a griffin that he's decided to keep as a pet. And one of our characters is with the remaining islanders, healing the sick and making sure that everyone is A-okay. Let's go around the table and introduce ourselves and then get our fourth character involved as well.
Hello, my name's Reese, and I will be playing Gilbert Twinkletoes, the halfling monk.
That voice gets me every time.
Oh, hello.
I have to say, your Scottish accent's actually very good.
I've been on the ship for quite a few years now, and over my time in this world, I've built up quite a strong relationship with the new captain, and personally going on a bit of a journey of discovery on how he loves people and loves to help people.
I'm Chaz. I'm playing Captain Golan Height. I've literally been captain of the ship for about 10 days.
But what a 10 days.
What a very eventful 10 days, I'll tell you that. He is still working out how to sort of interact. He has a few close friends in the crew, but he's still sort of like an awkward stepdad in a lot of places. But he's got a softer side, especially now with his new Griffin, Chauncey. And, the other thing I should mention, violent alcoholic.
It's the only kind of character you play.
I know, I love violent alcoholics.
I just noted that for the first time in my tabletop role-playing game history, more time has passed in-game than in the real world. That's really rare, because normally games are about a month apart.
Yeah.
Very strange. I'm sorry.
Sorry, no, you're absolutely fine. My name's Ian, and I am playing as Brother Jurgen, who is a cleric of the Goddess of Joy, Lyra.
Or so he thinks.
Well, since moving to this new world, he was trying to commune with his goddess in the last hour, and another entity has entered his mind, one that might not necessarily be as benevolent as the Goddess of Joy. In between times of spreading love and joy, he spends a lot of time in the water, is rapidly becoming aquaphobic, but also simultaneously has decided to try and become a marine biologist. And as Chris said last time we saw him, he was healing the sick and the wounded, but may not go to plan. And that's it, yeah.
Flo, go for it.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Florence. I am playing a human rogue called Aya. Aya.
And tell me a bit about Aya. Who is she? What does she do?
She is a grafter who lived on the streets in her home port town. She had a few people after her, and she needed to get away. And she thought, well, a good way to get to a different country is to go onto a military ship because, who else engages with other countries? That's as far as her reasoning has gone.
It's not mental at all to decide to stow away on a military vessel. I agree with you. Please continue.
She is slightly mental,
Oh.
slightly abrasive.
Right.
Oh my.
Cool. Well, let's dive straight in. So, at this point in time, we're going to start with Brother Jurgen on the island with the freed, somewhat slave-driven pirates who you've now healed up to health a little bit. Like they're looking a bit more rounded, a bit more there.
So there he is, sleeves are rolled up.
Yeah.
Potentially slightly covered in viscera at this point. And he's taking a little break. He's back on the pipe.
It's always 4:20 for Brother
So
Jurgen.
sadly, no ship's biscuits or cheese kicking about. And I get the feeling that this might be a moment for this voice to pop back in his head. As he is currently surrounded by a lot of dead bodies.
I think I know what you're thinking. Do you?
Yeah.
Give it a go. It's good fun.
Brother Jurgen's going to single out one of the bodies that is slightly further away from the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
And much against his will, he's going to cast Animate Dead.
The body raises up, opens its eyes, and looks at you with an
At which point,
People around you are looking at you like, what the heck? And they are not okay with this. It's probably one of their mates.
I know. At which point, I'm just gonna. Brother Jurgen's just gonna sort of stagger back, ashamed of what he's done, and just gonna grab Monsieur's stick because I've got a new one. It's Monsieur's stick now.
Packing with dolphins, I believe. Dolphins?
One covered with dolphins, and it's just gonna smack it over the head, just in panic.
What ends up happening is,
Yeah, basically, basically what's happening is I've reanimated this corpse. I don't like it, and I'm gonna just basically try and put it back down again as quickly as I can because it's a bad dream and it really needs to stop now.
the other islanders seeing you doing this assume that you weren't the reason why it animated up
Yeah.
and start just wailing on
Yeah.
these bodies. Get it
Yeah.
down, get it down.
Quickly, put it down, put it down.
One of the Arabi next to you looks at you and says, maybe there's some lingering effects from the island still around.
It could be. I think the best thing that we do.
Roll a
is
deception
that
check.
we-
You weren't honest.
13.
Yeah, he buys it.
Okay. Yeah, I think what we should do is we should gather up the dead bodies. I will bless them and then we burn them, just to make sure.
Okay.
Okay. So start policing the bodies, gather them together in a pile away from the town. I will bless them. And we'll burn the bodies.
There's no town anymore. It's just black and rubble.
Whatever. Okay. Away from the rest of the people, and and I go back on the pipe, just furiously puffing away at it because I'm
In
having
your
a bad
head,
day.
you hear, oh, that was grand. Oh, we're gonna have fun. And that's it.
It's a bad day for Jurgen.
At this point in time, as the bodies are being piled up, Captain Trip Mitty, our pirate captain friend, and her friend Dea return from the beach club and go, we need to leave now. Pirate hunters are outside. We must go. Goes to all people and goes, you, come with me, crew the ship. Is anyone here a lookout? They start organising all of the details to get people they need to crew a ship.
Okay.
There are enough people here to crew a ship, and they could all safely get away in one of these slightly larger vessels.
Where's the horizon? What's going on? Why aren't you with them?
The horizon is surrounded by Thundercrest Federation ships. We have to go.
I know, but where's the captain? Why aren't you with him?
He's gone back to the ship. The Federation's on his ship. We cannot be here. The Thundercrest Federation are not fans of pirates.
Where are you going?
I don't know. We'll find our way. Back to the cove, I suppose.
How am I getting back to the ship? Okay, fine. Okay, you get these people out of here. Make sure they're fed. Make sure they're watered.
You could come with us if you want.
But I don't know when you're going to be back with it. I have my own people. I have my own responsibilities on board ship. I'm a marine biologist, for God's sake.
You
Sort
are?
of. Well, I've seen a lot of fish recently. Close up and personal. Look.
Okay. I understand. We cannot help you get back to the ship, but we must go on our way and must get all of these people out of here.
Okay.
Can you provide us with a distraction if it is needed?
I've got one distraction that will certainly take people's eye off of things for a little while, yes.
Excellent. It doesn't even question it. Just so they've started piling up these bodies, and there's a big mound of them. And she rounds up the rest of the roughly 190 people on board the island and starts taking them all, even the ones that are slightly injured, because Trip's a good person.
Okay.
Taking them all down to the beach to get out to one of these ships.
I'm going to go up to the bodies. I'm going to the one that I reanimated is sort of on the top, sort of slightly away from the rest of them.
It's battered to all buggery.
I'm going to apologise to it, and then I'm going to cast the sacred flame and just immolate the rest of them.
Can you roll the damage on Sacred Flame for me, please?
Sure. Okay. 18.
The damage on Sacred Flame.
Oh, sorry, damage. Okay,
You
sorry.
don't need to attack it.
Sorry.
It's not moving.
What's the damage? What
Level you are now, it's 2d8.
2d8. Okay, sorry, my apologies. Okay, right, all right. 5, 7.
As you reach out, we have some sort of sadness music, please, Clay, if possible. Thank you.
Like the walking away music from The Incredible Hulk.
Exactly, on that. As you reach out with your hand and the flame comes out, it's the same flame you've always cast. Green tinge normally for you, right? There's a lick of purple to it now that you've never experienced before. There's a lick of just purple edging to the flame as it goes and pours out of your hand into this pile of bodies. Now, bodies don't light easy, especially not ones that have been alive up until very recently. So it takes a minute of concentrated energy to actually make this pyre slowly start to light, and the green flame and the purple is burned out by the yellow of actual fire as this mound of dead bodies slowly flares and lights up about 10, 20 feet high, this bonfire in front of you.
I'm going to stand and watch them for a bit, make sure that they've all taken, and then the smell will be too much.
Okay.
And I'll walk away, head back to the beach, and try to find a way back to the horizon. If that means I have to walk on water, then so be it.
The voice in your head comes back. That was nice. I like that. Let's do more of that soon, okay?
That's not who I am. And you're turning me into something that I don't want to be.
You know, I'm often misunderstood. And I can tell why. I like to have fun.
That person had a life.
And now he's returned to Ash. I like that too.
What do you want from me?
Keep having fun, baby. Keep having fun.
This isn't my idea of fun.
We shall see. As you make your way down to the beach, thanks, Chloe, that might raise the tone of the rest of this.
Actually, going to agree.
That was lovely, but let's pause there with the sadness. As you make your way down to the beach, the pirates have all started filing onto one of these ships that is out to one side, and you can see the spirit off in the distance, surrounded by these 19 Thundercrest Federation ships that have got it completely surrounded. And as you make your way down there, you can see there are various bits of wooden detritus you could possibly make into a raft or something like that. Or you can do what you do.
How far away is the ship?
A couple of miles.
Couple of miles. Well, then I better get to stepping. I'm gonna cast walk on water, and I'm just gonna, as fast as I possibly can, I'm gonna lightly jog just to maintain my energy levels. But every now and then stopping for just a wee quick breather, puff of the pipe, and then continue on to the ship, and hopefully get back to the ship.
Hang on, I was checking how long water walk lasts.
Oh, okay. Just keep recasting it. It's fine.
It lasts an hour.
There we go. That should be fine.
That should be fine.
Even I can get 2 miles in an hour.
I mean, 2 miles in an hour is like, it's a solid walk. Like, it's a bit of, yeah, good. Right, in the meantime, your rowboat currently spinning out a little bit because you stopped rowing it, as your small baby griffin looks up at you with an... it's clearly hungry and it clearly needs looking after, and you don't know what to do.
Captain, as lovely as this is.
Oh, yes, sorry. Would you... All right, Chauncey, it's going to be fine. Just, I don't know. I need to... just... Could you...
Of
just
course.
one moment.
Nature checks, both of you.
13.
9.
Excellent. You, with some trepidation, but with a bit of understanding of how this tiny body in front of you might fit together, you hold it steady and pass it over to Twinkletoes, who just grabs and so holds in front of like, I don't know what to do with it. It's about half the size of him, because I mean he's tiny.
Gently.
So it's more sort of an okay.
Gently, Galbert. Gently.
You're sort of holding it out in front of you like that, going as you grab the oars and start
Much
rowing
the
back
way I
towards
hold
the ship.
real babies.
They are terrifying, aren't they?
No.
I tell you what, I could really use Jurgen right now. I'm absolutely shattered.
You are still exhausted as well.
Yeah.
So disadvantage on ability checks from now on. We'll
Oh,
skip
sorry,
the
I
first one.
forgot
It's
about the
fine.
nature
Skip
check,
the first
sorry.
one. It's fine. Make your way back towards the ship. As you make your way back, you can see you are skirting this huge number of ships surrounding the Spirit, and lookouts are seeing you, and they're shouting out on deck and stuff like that as you're rowing back towards. What would you like to do?
I just need to get... can some of my crewmen see me?
No, you're still getting through the cordon of ships around them to get to the Spirit.
Sorry, I'm the captain of that. There was a teleport. It's a long story. I'm just getting back to my ship.
There's a sort of casualness to these Arabi. They don't really mind.
No.
Sorry for those who haven't caught up. Arabi look a lot like humans, but they tend to be quite a little bit glowing, a little bit celestial. Something about them appears quite holy. they sort of nod, and they knew you were coming. They saw you coming, and they realised you were no threat. 2 men in a boat. So they
2.5 men.
2.5
men.
Well, 1.5 men in a
1.5
boat. So slowly making your way back to the spirit. Inside the spirit. Aya, you've been on the spirit for a couple of weeks now. Are you aware of what's been happening on board ship at all?
Don't really care.
Don't really care. What have you been up to?
Just trying to stay alive, stealing food where I can get it.
Have you made a little cubby hole for yourself somewhere?
Yes, yeah. There's this little cupboard that people have forgotten about, and I've just been sort of storing stuff in there, having a little nap when I want it.
What was in the cupboard when you first got on board ship?
It was sort of just like empty boxes and various rubbish that people had obviously, they'd been told to clear up, and they were like, oh, I'm just going to stick it in this cupboard.
So you've been living in the rubbish?
Yeah, basically.
So-
I mean, I'm used to it.
So
We've all got a messy cupboard. We've all got it.
You got that drawer where you just fill the spare batteries in.
The gradual offence that the cleaner is doing.
So that's why it's so tidy. You're just stuffing it in the cupboard.
every now and again, someone will open it when you're inside. You go, oh, and they're just not even looking, just throw stuff in.
Yeah, they don't even notice me. I'm
Right.
that good.
Okay.
Twinkle Toes' secret shame.
That promotion's evaporating slowly.
You've heard the ship. A lot of noise has been happening. It's clearly been in various battles, and you've stayed out the way as you well should. You've not gleaned much from what's happening because you've just gone out, grabbed food, gone back again. What was your long-term plan?
Didn't really have one.
Excellent.
Just
That's always
get
great.
out.
Just get out. Cool. At this point, you're sat in your cupboard, just rocking slightly. And the door opens again, and once again, you pull some bits over yourself so you're not that visible. But this time, the door stays open. It's never happened in the last couple of days. This is completely new to you. And a hand reaches in and starts pushing stuff aside and looking around. Roll a stealth check, please.
Stealth check. Sorry, okay, so
Roll
I
a
haven't...
d20.
Okay, thank
You
you.
don't have any dice, do you?
I don't have any dice.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. I'm
Roll-
sorry, you brought all these beautiful dice. Okay.
Roll a 20-sided dice
I just have a
I know what a
problem.
D20 is. I got a 12.
and add your stealth modifier,
Stealth modifier.
which is in the third block down on the left under S.
Stealth plus 10. So I got 22.
Stealthy as all hell.
Rogues.
Just
Rogues, man.
Rogues, man.
a shadow.
You do that thing where you see it coming towards you, and instead of making any sudden movements, you move at the same speed it is backwards, because that way it's not obvious that there's movement. Quick trick, you should do that when you're trying to sneak something. And in doing so, the hand goes past and doesn't quite touch you. You manage to avoid this big gloved and certainly big gauntleted hand. It goes back, there's a doors closed and they go off again. What would you like to do?
I just wait it out for a bit, and then after about, say, sort of 20 minutes of quiet, I sort of just open it a crack to see what's going on out there.
Roll a perception check.
Perception check.
Yep, same thing again with the
Same
perception
thing
this
again.
time.
Okay. 18 plus perception 19.
You've been on the ship a while. You've seen what people look like on board this ship, and these people are different. They're wearing cloaks, they're wearing armor, there's very clear religious and military symbology on them. If anything, they seem more organized than the ragtag Navy people who are normally on board this ship.
Oh, that's just going to put me in even more danger. If I get caught with these guys, it's going to be a much worse problem than with the previous people, I think. I'm going to wait until it's quiet
Okay.
and try and find a better hiding spot.
Right, we will come back to you. At this point, you have arrived.
Yep.
The spirit has been... that harpoon that hit the captain's cabin has been joined by another. It's not been shot into the ship this time. It's been tied to the railing at the side. And the ship is very much tied on to shoot two ships either side of it. And the front has been tied on as well with a side rigging rope. The idea very clearly is to escort the ship directly locked to the hull. Slowly, because this is a very difficult thing to do, somewhere.
Right.
So to get to the spirit, you have to sort of shimmy your way up to one of the other ships and get on that side.
Okay.
So you manage to convince them to let you on board. We'll just skip all of that. Make your way through. You get back to the captain's cabin.
Is he still there?
He is still there.
Oh, good. Still here. Yeah, I've just got Chauncey. Oh, good. Still here.
Yeah, we didn't go anywhere. Where did you go?
Oh, yes, that's part of the, as I explained, we're not from round here, and there was a very powerful magic that brought us here. You know, trust me, I understand you don't want us here, we don't want to be here, we're just trying to get back.
Roll a perception check.
That is a natural 2.
That's disadvantage as well, isn't it?
Yep. That is that is dice jail. Yeah, 2. Well, plus 3, 5.
He's eating something. He looks at you and says, I understand that magic can be complicated. Whatever is affecting your ship needs to be researched and understood.
Yes, well, that's what we're doing by traveling around.
Okay. You're going to come with us to the Trock and Caldera. Do you have any issue with that?
Well, if I did have an issue with it, that would imply I have a choice.
Yes, it would.
After we're escorted to this location, after some additional parleying, we'll be able to set sail and continue our missions.
That's not my decision.
Whose decision is that?
The Rear Admiral's, and above him, the Queen's.
Right. How long is it going to take to get to?
A couple of days.
A couple of days. Are you going to have us lashed to you the entire way?
Yes. To put it bluntly, your ship has strange teleportation properties.
Yes.
Anything we can do to stop that happening,
Yeah.
we will be doing.
Excellent. And I'm just gonna back away and I'm gonna whisper very quietly to Twinkle Toes, don't let them see the cannons.
Them to the wall. Cannons.
I immediately go downstairs.
They've already seen the cannon.
Oh.
Obfuscate. I see you've.
You see some of the cannon have been shot as well, so clearly the crew tried to defend itself, and they know what these are.
I see you've helped yourself to some of the ship's provisions.
Oh no, we just cracked that egg you had in the corner. It's really tasty. Tell your men to work with us and set sail.
Yes. Are your men going to be stationed here while
Yes.
we travel? How many?
As many as we can fit.
Well, I don't think we have room and supplies for all of them.
There are 2 ships lashed either side of you. As many as will fit.
Well, if you're towing us along, I don't see the purpose of having other people on the ship.
We can pass back and forth as we go.
I think we have a trust issue.
Would you trust you in my position?
No,
There you go.
but there are nicer ways to go about it. Trust me, I was a military man. I guess I still am. So.
As we go, you must tell me more about where you're from, because, to put it lightly, you guys look weird.
Yes. Well, I'm sure we can have a lot of parlays here. Maybe over a glass of rum.
I wouldn't say no.
Now we have an accord.
The Spirit, surrounded by these Thundercrest Federation ships, is now slowly making its way out of port and moving. Brother Jurgen, you see the ship is starting to move. You're currently about another sort of couple hundred feet away.
Okay. I am going to obviously pick up the pace a little bit and just start yelling. Captain!
Go on.
Captain! Laura, anyone?
On the back of one of the Arabian ships, a man goes, huh? Turns around and sees someone running on water towards the ship, and sort of looks sort of somewhat confusedly at this situation. Can you roll a performance check, please?
Oh, that's a bad one as well for me. Come on, baby. 15!
15. Okay,
not
he
too
definitely
bad.
sees you and understands your distress and sort of raises an eyebrow and lets down a rope for you.
Oh, fantastic.
The rope is now moving away at about the same pace of your walking speed.
Okay, so I'm running.
Yeah.
Trying to catch the rope.
Yeah.
And try and pull myself up.
Sure.
There we go.
Sure. As you do so, the water walking spell fades and you go down into the water. The guy watching you is sort of even more perplexed by this and sort of raises a hand, and the ship slows And the rope's still hanging there in the water, and he looks at you and raises an eyebrow.
Is it within grabbing distance? Can
Yeah,
I
you
grab
can
it?
grab
Okay,
it
so
and
grab
climb
the rope and try to pull myself up out of the water again. Spotting any fish that might be nearby in my new role as marine biologist.
The man who pulled you up as you are pulled onto deck looks at you with a... Okay, you're going to have to explain that.
I can explain it, or you could let me go back to my own ship and we can forget any of this ever happened. How about that?
Oh, you're on the... Okay.
I thought you pulled up into the other stuff, so am I pulled up in my own ship?
No, you're pulled up on another ship.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
He just... Oh, you're one of the...
My name is Brother here again. I'm a cleric for the Spirit of the Horizon. I appreciate that you guys have captured her by those things.
He turns, claps twice. Two very well-armed men come standing either side of you and say, "We'll escort you back to your ship."
Okay.
And you're escorted back to the Spirit.
Thank you. Thanks for the rope. I can walk on water. That's it, really.
Galbert, can you make a perception check for me, please?
Of course. Critical success.
Perfect. Thank you so much. As the ship travels away, you can still see from the stern, if you look back, the island and some of the remainder of the island as you go. One of the ships that was docked to the island, now that all of these Federation ships moving away, is now slowly setting sail in the opposite direction, making its way out. And in your mind, you suddenly hear a whispered voice saying, "Good luck on your travels."
Do I recognize the voice?
It's Trips.
Yeah.
Aw, it's quite sweet.
Right. Has the Admiral left now?
No, he's sequestered your cabin.
Are you going to be staying here permanently for the journey?
It's quite nice.
I mean, I have to do my captainly duty. This is where I sleep, and as you can see, I have a little one to take care of.
What the heck is that?
This is Chauncey,
Okay.
and Chauncey believes I'm his mama.
Aw.
Okay.
Her mama. Sorry.
Well, at this point, he's clearly going to spend a lot of time in your cabin, but he will go back to his own ship to sleep and to rest. But he will be here most of the time, keeping an eye on things.
Cool.
So
In that case, when I update the logs, I will not be mentioning some stuff that is happening.
the logbook is gone.
The logbook is gone.
The logbook is gone.
It's fine. Half of it was written while you were drunk.
So you can't remember what you said. It's fine.
I'm just going to take a piece of parchment and then write down the admiral's name.
Yep.
And I'm just going to keep it on me so that I can remember that name. Because I will remember that name.
Levramath.
Levramath. Admiral Levramath. And I'm just going to put it. I'm just going to keep it close to my breast. In the same way that Arya Stark says a list of names.
Put the man who ate the egg.
Yeah. You shouldn't have eaten my egg.
If it was still an egg by that point, it was okay. It's probably
Yeah, it's not going to be a ribbon.
Yeah, but if you could crack it, it means it was brittle.
No, just a griffin would have come out. Unless he's been eating griffin rather than egg.
He rolled a very low perception check. We don't know what he was eating.
You didn't just say you're eating something, I suppose. Oh dear.
But the egg is gone.
Correct.
It is that egg.
What would everyone like to do on this couple-day voyage, surrounded by military men from an organized men and women from an organization you don't know?
I would like Brina to investigate this mace that I've found.
It is a +1 more.
Oh, excellent. By the way, is the tablet gone as well?
No, that's still on the table.
Excellent. During one of the moments when he's out, probably at night time when the Admiral's gone back to sleep, I want to get Brina and everyone in, all of them, Philip, I suppose.
I get to do Philip's voice. Excellent.
And like show them the extra piece of tablet we found.
Okay, who do you have in the cabin with you, and at what time are you doing this so that you're not being detected by other people?
This is probably the brain trust. So me, Brina, Laura, Jorgen, and Philip.
Okay.
And I will send a message to Twinkletoe that he should come and talk to me after this clandestine meeting. Maybe even keep a watch.
Okay. these people gather with you. You two roll stealth checks. I'll roll for the others.
Stealth check. I'm shit at stealth, so 11.
It's good.
Sorry? I've got +5.
Still at disadvantage?
Yes.
Oh,
No,
good.
exhaustion's passed by now. Sorry, this is crazy.
Well, it was still a 3. +2, 5. Hey!
Hey.
I expect the captain to be in a captain's cabin.
As you gather everyone into the cabin, you realise that there are 2 of these military men stood outside the cabin, just watching the 5 of you congregate in one place. You imagine they have some kind of law in their naval about congregations of prisoners that they might keep an eye on them. So you are being watched.
Oh no, I need Twinkletoo to be in here because he's got it in the bucket. I
I
actually
rolled
need
a
you to be.
25 on stealth. So the way I'm going to describe this to you is, I'm going to look like I'm doing my job.
Right.
I'm going to look like I'm cleaning.
Right.
I have my bucket with the tablet piece in it.
Right.
And I'm just mopping the deck and it's just like, gotta do the captains.
Mm-hmm.
And head in there.
Right. The door is still open. These 2 men are still... They're not looking obtrusive. They're more sort of standing there on alert and very obviously keeping an eye on the 5 of you in this room together. How do you want to make sure that you have privacy?
I'm going to be. Yes. Thank you all for joining me for this meeting to discuss the fact we're low on provisions. And then I'm just going to look at Twinkletoo and be like,
I then start just wiping the windows, looking like I'm doing my job.
The guys outside are looking at this with a certain amount of boredom, and they don't really care that much. So they're stood outside. They know you're in there, but they're not overhearing at this point in time.
all right. Everyone gather in. Violet, that's too close.
Oh, what have you got there?
Get the fuck down. All right, Galvin, show them what we found.
Yes, Captain.
Flo, where are you at this point?
So this is happening. What time of the night?
What time of day or night is this happening?
When would the Admiral
Not be
piss
there.
off? Yeah.
About from early evening until mid-morning, he'd be not there.
Okay, so let's
We'll
call
say
it-
7:30.
Oh, I was going to make it like a 9. 9:15.
Well, that's semi-clandestine hour of 9:15.
You know, because it means that we've got the earlier part of the day free.
I don't think it's the witching hour, but it's at least the witching pre-drinks.
The witching.
Yeah, it's about 9:15.
Yeah.
In the evening.
Yeah, the military men are still there, but their presence has thinned somewhat.
Okay. Because what I was really planning was to wait until sort of like 1 or 2 a.m. to go on my search, so I'm probably still in the cupboard, which is really boring, but I gotta play the character, I guess.
Cupboard. You are in the cupboard.
I'm sorry.
Hang on.
Where is that cupboard, though?
Where's the cupboard, though?
Oh, that's a
Where
good question.
is the cupboard?
I don't.
I know exactly what
I know
cupboard it is.
exactly where the cupboard is, Reese. Do you know where the cupboard is?
Yeah.
Where's the cupboard?
So you go down 2 decks, you head to the stern of the ship, you
Yep.
swing a left. You've got 3 barrels paralled up on the right-hand
He
side,
wasn't joking.
and
You know
that's the
exactly
cupboard.
what it is.
Because I know for a fact that's where I keep my diary.
I've been reading it this whole time, by the way.
Can you give us some lovely excerpts from Twinkletoe's diary?
I don't know enough about the story to do something.
Please, fill us in on some lovely stories from Twinkletoe's diary.
I'd speak a lot about a lot of really, really great stains. I also occasionally mention that there's one tragic entry about how I lost a bucket.
Oh, that one really, it just made me really think you're quite
And
pathetic.
if you go far enough back, then you're going to get a lot of backstory that you don't want right now.
I would like a couple of pieces of backstory.
Galbert was an orphan, raised in a monastery, and it goes on very briefly about a ceremony where he was unicized. He's a eunuch.
Oh.
Okay. Ooh. Right.
Did not know that.
Kind of feel a bit for him now. When I read that bit, I was like, yeah, I guess he's not that bad.
Explains why he's so squeaky.
Oh, man.
It was a character decision.
No, it's lovely. Thank you.
Yeah. So at 2 a.m. I'm going to emerge.
Well, let's have the meeting first, because
Yes,
that's a
yeah,
9:15
yeah.
in time.
I'm just telling you that, so you know. Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
That's my plan.
Right, you can have the meeting, but you have to keep it quick and it has to be hushed.
Right, okay. Thank you all for joining me. We've got all of the experts here. We have a cleric on hand. We have our magic and scientific expert, Brina. We have a geologist. We have a geologist here, Jürgen. Thank you for joining us as well. It's important you're here. And yes, they can join us. Yes, good. Thank you for joining us. We've got the cleric here. And of course, what meeting would be complete without our quartermaster? So good to have you all here.
Wait, what?
Oh yes, I've decided you're the quartermaster now, but that's not important. We need to talk about, we need to talk about the tablet. Show them what you found.
Yes, sir. Oh.
Has it been in your bucket this entire time?
Yes.
It's sopping wet.
We found this in the ruins of the clock tower in Libertalia. We think it's a piece of the tablet that we've been looking for. What does everyone think?
The doors have windows, and the guard sort of pokes his head around and looks in. Is anyone trying to cover the tablet or do anything
Yes,
with it?
I'll try to cover the tablet.
What are you covering it with?
Is my cape still around it, or is it around it?
I've still got Chauncey with the cape, so I can just have.
Make a perception roll.
That is a 2.
There's a raised eyebrow. The door opens. What's going on in here?
So, Quartermaster, you were saying that we were going to get new supplies in our next port.
I am severely running out of soap for my cleaners. We're also running out of goat milk for some reason.
And we're also running out of cleaners as well.
Bloody goats again.
They close the door.
In fact, I should say that the next person you find who doesn't have a job should be made a cleaner.
Right, so you've now all continued with the tablet.
The next person should be made a cleaner. And furthermore, okay, so what does this tell me?
We can compare it to the one, the complete one that we have, and see if it can give us any clue as to how we might be able to activate it. But we still don't have all the pieces.
Roll a d20. I think we're looking at investigation here.
Investigation puzzle 15.
This piece fits like a puzzle piece with the other one. They're jagged edges, and it's clearly been shattered, but you can interlock them with minor fractures and pieces missing.
From how it's all come together, can I ascertain like a vague number of how many more pieces?
Roll an intelligence check.
Intelligence check. Oh, I will roll.
Yeah, you will roll an intelligence check. Yes, you will.
Oh, well, that dice jail for you. That is 8.
Somewhere between 5 and 10.
With the pieces that we have now, are we able to begin to read anything on it? Might give us a clue where to go next.
Brina is there and says, "I'm sure I can take a look into it." Yes, of course.
Listen, if anyone asks about this, this is just a random artifact that we're planning on taking back as a symbol of this world we discovered. It has no real value beyond a museum piece.
We should perhaps keep the pieces separate. And also, if Brina, if you find any information about it and you need to tell us, perhaps we should have a code word for the tablet, like say,
MacGuffin.
the biscuits are ready.
I like MacGuffin.
Your code word for the tablet is MacGuffin.
Yes.
Yes, no, because I knew MacGuffin. Wait, don't we have a MacGuffin? Is he not one of the? Is he not one of the Marines?
I'm not sure.
Wait, no, he was.
Spared all of you.
No, MacGuffin didn't he? That'd be perfect. Because MacGuffin's dead. So if we say where MacGuffin is,
then we'll know what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Okay.
So MacGuffin's in the lavatory.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, in that case, if we're going to hide the pieces or keep them separate, who's going to take the pieces?
Well, I can take one and I can put it in the chest that I've got back in my cabin for all of my paraphernalia. I'm sure it would be safe there.
Yes, I think that makes the most amount of sense. They've already seen this piece in my cabin, so this can stay.
Okay. It means if you just wrap it back up in my cloak. I mean, I need to dry it out now, obviously.
Yeah. It's all right, Chauncey.
You've got your own blankets, Captain. I'm sure she'll be fine.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I do need to get some food for Chauncey.
What do griffins eat?
At which point I bring a pouch off my belt and it's just like a collection of soft dried fruits, a small vial of goat's milk, and a little bucket of water.
They're carnivores, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not about to go catch some mice at the moment, am I?
Captain, if she's hungry, you do still have that Medusa head on your belt.
She has been rejecting everything you've given her. You've tried fruit, you've tried ship's biscuits, that's basically all you've got, and she's not really going for it. But then the milk has gone down.
Yeah.
But the moment she sees this rotting head, she just lashes out and just tears a strip off and starts eating it contentedly. He's clearly very happy.
Excellent, excellent. Just to be safe, is there like a compass, like as in the actual geometry?
Yeah. You'd have a compass.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly just like get that eye out. As in like ruin that eye, not like pop it out.
You stab it and it's already basically mush, but it just splatters out.
Right, just to be safe. All right then, Chauncey. Can I put Chauncey down with the head?
Chauncey is sat on your bed with a Medusa head, just casually tearing bits off it.
Excellent, and I'll put the little thing of water next to it.
So all
Like
we
a
need to do
dog
now
bowl.
is find a steady supply of Medusas. And Chauncey will be fine.
Well, actually, this may be of advantage to us. You grabbed all that gold earlier, didn't you?
Yes.
Well, they're taking us into port. Maybe when we're parleying with the Rear Admiral and the Queen. The Rear Admiral and the Queen. We can maybe stock up on supplies. Maybe they'll have some cured meats.
I'll see what I can do. I got some gold. It wasn't as much as I would have liked.
Yes.
But of course, Captain. Anything.
You roll a dice, don't look at me.
Anything for Chauncey, Captain. It's the least I can do for trying to sell her that time.
Yes. Well, I'm sorry about your brother. In that case, I think it's best during this journey that we all never congregate again. Otherwise, this is going to be highly suspicious. And make sure that you act extra nice to these people. Like, go and talk to Jeremy. Make sure they all get some coffee. Like,
Yes.
Lovely.
in the meantime, stay sharp, stay alert, and remember, these people are not our friends.
Aye, Captain.
Yes, Captain.
I'm gonna give Chauncey a wee scratch behind the ear.
As a
Well, off you go, everyone. Excellent meeting,
one
everybody.
of the wings unfolded.
I'm sure our supply problem will be fixed.
Both guards are just bored out of their minds, clearly, and not that interested.
Have you had some coffee? Have you spoken to Jeremy?
What's coffee?
Oh, very good.
At which point you will go back to your cabins, and it is about 2 o'clock at night. What would you like to do?
Any quarters?
Yes, you do.
So I open a crack.
Yep.
What do I see?
Not a lot. There's a corridor with 3 barrels on it, and you can make your way out and turn to the right, going backwards in misdirections.
Great. So I sort of sneak out. I take a right. I start exploring, trying to find another good hiding place.
Roll me a stealth check, please.
Stealth check. 24.
Jeez.
Right.
Like the night.
You make your way down the corridor. There are guards stationed at various doors, but you are like a shadow. Just move past them. You can hug the shadows on the wall. It's dark. It's dark in the belly of the ship.
Okay.
So you can make your way around. And which direction are you going? Where would you like to go?
I don't recognise their uniforms, do I?
not
I
at
just
all.
know they're religious. So
Religious, military, somewhere in between.
Oh, okay. Religious, military. So I am curious because I have made a point of knowing all the people of authority and who they align to, because I should know who to avoid.
Sure.
So I want to find out where I am because something odd has happened, obviously.
Sure.
So I want to make my way up to the deck and see where we are
Right.
outside.
You make your way up to the deck. You pass another. Oh my lord. 3 guards. As you pass the third, He suddenly looks up and looks around like he's heard something. Roll another stealth check, please.
20.
Nope, he's not seen you. Thought he heard something for a second. Settles back into his position. You get past him.
Question mark over his head.
Yeah. This show is in no way affiliated with Metal Gear Solid or any of its incorporated entities. You make your way up the stairs onto the deck. It's a starry night, so there is some light around. You can see some guards patrolling the deck, and some of the ship's crew are around as well, very clearly under watch, but not being, enforcibly watched. This is not a hostile takeover. The ship is lashed by the bow and by the two harpoons that have been embedded into the side of the ship. Two ships on either side of them, so you are very much on your way. There is no land in sight, and there are a lot of ships around, so any kind of attempt to escape will probably be noticed instantaneously. What would you like to do?
Oh, goodness. Is the ship moving at all, or are we just sort of
moving very at a steady lick.
Okay. I go back down a floor, and I'm looking for places. Oh goodness, because there's going to be loads of guards around.
Where is Twinkletoes at this point?
Presumably moving things from his old hammock and collecting his diary and moving into his new quarters.
Sure. Yeah, love it. As you make your way down the stairs, roll another stealth check, please.
26.
You roll a perception check for me, please.
49.
16.
A halfling, 3-foot tall guy, is walking up the stairs holding a pile of belongings with a kind of slightly jovial jolt in his step. He's doing something he's rather pleased about things. You can skirt around him if you'd like to.
I think this is the time for information, and I know exactly who he is. I don't know. I don't know his name, because why would you write your own name in your own diary?
I think at the front it said, "This is the property of."
Okay, yeah. Then I know.
Please return too.
Do not read.
It's got one of those dinky little. It's got one of those dinky little locks on it.
So I feel like this is the time for information. I've got to know who I should align with and such, and like who I should stay away from.
How do you?
So I wanna sneak up on him, and he'd be like, "Hey, Twinkletoes."
So out of nowhere,
Everything would go up in there.
there is a loud clatter as all the things around you go falling onto the deck.
Can I be
Is anyone
slightly
else that
roused
was
from my
really
drunken
hot? Just
slumber?
like
No, don't touch
No, you are not roused from your drunken slumber. No one is roused. A guard's face pokes out over the top. Roll another stealth check.
Okay. This is the time I need it. 17.
And sees him, and sees a clutter of things. Doesn't quite see you. Sees something else. Goes, "What's going on down there?"
Sorry. Something came out in front of me, and it just startled me. I'm sorry.
Roll a deception check.
Critical success.
Whoa.
All right. Okay.
Thank you for doing such a good job.
You're welcome. God walks back, goes over, and
The
it's
name
the
was
two of you.
Twinkletoes, by the way, quartermaster. But
And you are looking at each other in the ship, and now have a chance to communicate. But we will save that for the next session.
Yay! Round of applause.
Yay.
Touch my egg.
Thank you, everyone. I'm going to be really quick about this. We are running from 10 to 3 and then 5 to 10 every single day of the Fringe, apart from the 24th and the 25th. We are also live streaming on twitch.tv/adventurerswanted. Hi, stream. We are also live tweeting the whole thing at Adventurers250. If you want, do come back. You can buy a player ticket and come up here and have a character just for you. Or you can come back at another time and watch and see how the adventures has progressed. I will now just throw to some of the guys who are sat down here because they have other shows on at the Fringe. So this is their chance for cheeky plugs.
Yes, good. Right, I am in a sketch double act. We're called Dirty White Boys. Our show is called Stupid, which is a very good summation of its content. It's a very, very silly, funny show, we think. It's on every day except the 14th at Just the Tonic at the Caves at 9:20 at night. It's pay what you want show, so you either just come in for free and put money in a bucket, or you pay £5 to guarantee a seat. The show has been recommended by the iPaper, and as well as Laugh Out London's 21 comedy shows to see at the Fringe, so it'd be lovely to see you down there.
Fantastic. I am the host of a comedy panel show called Imaginary Porno Charades, which it does exactly what it says on the tin. And we're on every Friday, Saturday and Sunday of the festival at 11 p.m. at Sweet Grass Market. We get different guests from all over the fest every night. And it's just a lot of fun. Come on down, bring your mum. She might like it.
I think my favourite porno charade I've ever heard of, seeing quite a few of yours, was 12 Inches a Slave.
12 Inches a Slave,
That's by far my favourite.
That was a good one. I mean, there's a great one. There's yours, Alice in Wonderbra, Shitty Titty Gangbang.
We could go on.
Sorry, Flo, you have to have a show as well.
I'm doing two things. The first one is called Agony Uncles of Science, where we solve people's everyday problems with science. It's at Barbados every day at 9:15, and it is free. And then the other thing is I'm putting on an art exhibition. It's called Exhibitionist. It's the Vagina Museum's first ever art exhibition. We are running a poetry night on the 15th at Woodland Creatures on Leith Walk at 6 p.m. and a comedy night on the 22nd at 6 p.m. same venue.
Right.
Thank you very much. We've got a really quick turnaround. So that is all from us. It's just out that door the way you came in. Thank you very much. Bye, stream.
Hey! There we go. Fantastic.
I wish I'd grabbed that fucking egg.
You could have too.
I know.